Hey, welcome back. In this module, we'll be taking the next step in our journey with DLT and Snowflake. So far, we've been running our pipelines externally and loading data into Snowflake. Now we'll move the pipeline directly inside Snowflake using Snowpark container services. So let's get started. Now coming to the key takeaways of this course, we'll understand what Snowpark container services are and how they allow us to run containerized applications inside Snowflake. We'll take our existing DLT pipeline and package it into a Docker container so it can run inside Snowflake environment. You'll also see how we manage dependencies and runtime environments through containers, and also schedule and monitor our pipelines using Snowflake tasks. The goal of this module is to move from external execution to fully managed execution inside Snowflake. Before we jump into the implementation, let's briefly talk about why running DLT inside Snowflake can be useful. Firstly, it is cost efficient and it removes the need for external infrastructure. You can use Snowflake native architecture like Snowflake tasks to schedule and manage your pipelines, and it is also very secure since all the executions happen inside Snowflake. And finally, the system is elastic. Snowflake can start and stop compute resources based on your pipeline schedules. Now coming to Snowpark Container Services, it provides a container runtime to run applications directly inside Snowflake. Snowflake manages the underlying infrastructure and orchestration, while the user controls container images and the application code inside it. We'll package the DLT pipeline and the dependencies needed into a Docker image and run that container using Snowpark Container Services. The container runs securely with Snowflake's compute and security model for a fully managed execution. Before we start, there are certain prerequisites. You need a virtual environment with all the libraries installed. You need to have Docker Desktop installed and running, and a Snowflake account with admin privileges. And lastly, you should have completed the Module 1 of the Snowflake course. If you haven't already done that by now, please go back, complete it, and come back here. I'll see you soon. In first step, we prepare our DLT pipeline for containerization. So let's head over to our project directory. In our pipeline, we are loading data from two endpoints, repos and issues. And all the dependencies required to run this DLT pipeline in a container is specified in requirements.txt. So before we move into step 2, let's change the pipeline name and the dataset name. In order to deploy our container and interact with Snowflake from the command line, we need to install Snowflake CLI. Let's verify the installation by running the command. As you can see, we've installed the version 3.15. In step 3, we package the DLT pipeline and its dependencies in a Docker container. This ensures that the environment in Snowflake is exactly the same as we have locally. Let's start by creating a Docker file. And you can copy the contents of the file here. And don't worry, I'll provide the link to our repository in the description. Save this. Now let's create a .docker igno file. And YAML file for the SPCS service specification. In step 4, we'll set up the Snowflake infrastructure for running containers inside Snowflake. So go ahead into your Snowflake account and open a SQL worksheet. And the first step is to create a schema for your SPCS resources and an image repository to store your Docker images. And then next, you'll create a stage for service specifications, which you just created earlier. Then you'll configure compute for running containers. And lastly, you'll create external access integration to let your container get access to GitHub APIs, AWS S3, and Snowflake endpoints. So now go ahead and run all these commands one by one. And just to verify that we configured the resources correctly, I'm going to run these commands, and you should also see similar output. In step 5, we build and push the Docker image. So make sure your Docker desktop is running, and then we'll build the Docker image by running this command in the terminal. So go ahead and copy this command. Now let's tag the image for Snowflake. Now the next step is to configure your Snowflake CLI connection. So run these 3 commands in your terminal, and if you need to find your credentials, you can run these 2 commands in your Snowflake account. And then you can test your connection by running the command snow connection test, and you should see a similar output like this. The next step is to log into Snowflake registry. So let's copy this command and run this in the terminal. You can see that we've successfully logged in. And now let's push the image to Snowflake. So I'm going to copy this command here and run that in the terminal. Seems like it ran successfully. And now let's upload our service specification to Snowflake, and we'll use the Snowflake CLI to do that. So let me copy this command and run this again in our terminal. In step 6, we run our pipeline in SPCS. We run the containerized pipeline by running this command. So copy this command and head to your Snowflake account. Paste this here and run all of them. All right, our pipeline ran successfully. You could view the job logs by running this command. So let's copy this, head to our Snowflake account. So if you click here, you should be able to see the logs of our pipeline during the execution process. In step 7, we verify that the data is loaded correctly. So let's head over to Snowflake and check that the tables are loaded in the correct schema. So in the Database Explorer, let's just refresh our database, and the data should be loaded in the schema GitHub SPCS data. As you can see, we have like all our tables here along with the metadata tables, and we have these extra tables because DLT automatically normalizes nested data and creates parent-child relationships. And if we click on some of the table, we can verify that the data is loaded in all these tables. We can also verify that our staging files exist in the S3 bucket. So let's head over to our terminal and run the view S3 staging script, which is basically a small Python script to display our staging files. So let's run the command. As you can see, we see all our tables, staging files in the S3 bucket. And now in the last step, we can schedule our pipelines using Snowflake tasks. So let's copy this command where this schedules our pipeline to run at the start of every hour. So let's copy this and head to our Snowflake account. And let's run all of these commands. All right, now we've successfully scheduled our pipeline to run at the start of every hour. And also you can easily manage tasks in Snowflake. You can run these commands to suspend tasks, resume tasks, and also view task run history. And thank you for watching this module. Now you should be able to run DLT pipelines inside Snowflake using Snowpark Container Services. If you have any more questions, please reach out to us on our Slack channel. And see you soon.